If you're watching this video, it's because you're awesome, and you're about to learn something that makes you even more awesome. This video is in response to a question by Maniac Mechanic, and it's about the torque converters for the TH250, which happen to be very much the same as the torque converters for the TH350s. And then there's also, of course, lockup and non-lockup versions. Now, as we pointed out in the video about identifying these cases, first of all, lockup, you're going to have a lockup connector here. Non-lockup has no connector. It doesn't even have a hole for the connector. Lockup has an input shaft that looks like this. It's got a little nipple on it. And let me see if I can this camera around here. You can see the see splines, but no nipple on the end. Alright, while we're at it, you see this case comes up. That's a Chevrolet case. Go in concave for Buick Pontiac Olds. This right here is a multi-case. It's got a lot of extra holes. It's got a convex and a concave. So for more about the cases, look at my other video entitled Transmission Parts ID, Chevy 4L60 Bell Housing Changes Differences. Or check out the Transmission Parts ID TH350 Bell Housings episode. First of all, what you need to know is that these lockup torque converters, the C torque converters, C meaning clutch, are all B16s. But there's a lot of different types of B16s. And right down here you can see some pictures of the 3-lug, the first generation of the 3-lug. And I'm sorry, the thing's not focusing that great. But that's the weakest of the lugs. The next second generation of the 3 lugs that had some weld around the lugs, which strengthened them somewhat. And then all along through these different generations, there were some 6-lug torque converters. All the diesel had 6-lug torque converters, only some of the gas. The strongest is the last generation. Right here, it has really long rectangular pad with the threads. There it goes. See how it's long rectangular pad, and these are all round with weld, and these are round, don't even have a weld. So preference being would be this for the strongest lugs you can get. Now then, 350Cs and 250Cs, the converters are the same between the 250C and the 350C. 30 splines are the B16s. Now what you have here is these 4-digit codes, which will look like, you know, BB1D or BB-D, because they don't always have that third code. That's for a special torque converter in some of the Cadillacs and stuff like that. What you need to know about is that the BBD and the BBF, or the BB-D and the BB-F, are 3 lugs, and they're 2025 stall. The BBE is a 6-lug, and it's 2025 stall. You also have these BE-D and F, which are 3 lugs. They're 1654 stall, and the BE-E, which is the 6-lug at 1654 stall. These are all lockup torque converters. There are some lower stall converters, but I don't know why you would want those. Then you have the non-lockups, which are the B3s and the B6s, which is pretty easy because 3 for 3-lug and 6 for 6-lug. You have the B3 and the B3HS, which is the high stall, but they're 1350 and 1750 respectively, and these are also 30 spline. Now in these Slater's lockups there were 27 spline, but we're not going to deal with those here. You're hardly ever going to see them, and if you do, you're Probably going to want to change your pump stator and your input shaft to a 30 spline to upgrade. One of the reasons you're not going to see a lot of those 27 splines is those are the ones that have input shaft failure. The most common and desirable torque converters, I will be putting the link in the description. And then here on the non-lockups, there's also, I'll be putting a link in the description to, it's about the same price, so if you've got a higher horsepower engine, you might as well get it. The 3000 stall torque converter, which is not a factory torque converter, so you're not going to be finding one of these in a transmission that you're building. This is going to be something you have to buy only. But these others are factory torque converters. You can come across these in your units. You may be taking one of these out and replacing it back stock. These are stock numbers and stock torque converters. Alright, I hope this helps you in identifying your torque converter. Oh, one more thing, if you want to see that you got a stock torque converter and you want to see what kind of stall it is and the sticker is gone and you don't have any of these numbers, then you can look at these impellers and just pause and hit play as many times as you have to on this video to look at these different impellers. And this is looking at the back of the torque converter, and you can see by the angle and the divots look like whether this is the 1211 stall, the 1611 to 2025 stall, or the 1397 stall. There it goes, not focusing right again. Okay, there we go. It's focused again. So there's the 1397 and the 1654 stall. Like I said, the easiest thing to do is just look in the description of this video and follow my links, and it will ask you, some information about your car so that you get matched up with the right converter. They're not that expensive.
Welcome to Saneauto. We're so glad you're here. We don't just do repairs and tool reviews.
Bienvenida a Saneauto. Nosotros no solamente hacemos reparaciones de autos.
We also film hot rods and mod rods, project cars, classic cars, antiques.
Nosotros también filmea autos antiguos, mod rods, hot rods, cualquiera.
We also like to take you with us to the car shows and the cruise-ins. So make sure you subscribe and hit that little bell so you don't miss anything.
Me gustaría llevarte con nosotros a los cruise-ins y car shows. Entonces, empuja ese botón y toca de campaña para que no pierda nada.
Thank you for watching our videos. Many of the events, shows, and people that we feature support much needed charities.
Bastante de eventos que nosotros filmea soporta caridad.
Please take a child or a friend to one of these events and make sure that they're aware of all the good works that the great people of the car community do.
Por favor, lleva un niño o un amigo a los eventos para que sepa de buenos trabajos que hacen los coordinadores de evento. Muchas gracias. Hasta luego.